Card Saturday, they're riding with you. Best card show in the country, it's true. So saddle up and listen, find out what you've been missing. You can be a card part too.
Time once again to saddle up and ride with the card parts into another episode of the award-eligible True Sports Card Show. Whitey Gleason here. Howdy. With a quick peek at today's rundown. We're going to tell you which game tomorrow will have more impact on the football card market than any other game this season. It's a question that has sparked a very energetic debate in these studios here before our show got underway. Also, we have the answer to one of the hobby's hardest to answer questions. How do you find a comp for a 101? And Emron has a sad story of a local collector who got some bad advice from a local shop.
Not us.
So let's get started with Mr. True Sports Cards himself. With glasses on, he's smarter than you. With glasses off, he barely has an IQ. He's Emron Pilati. Oh, sunglasses today. I don't know about that.
I leave my house. I'm driving. I'm like, it's like 25 minutes to get to the studio. And then I look down and I go, where are my glasses? Where are my spectacles? Where are my trifocals where I try hard to be smart?
My glasses. Without them, I'm helpless.
Excuse me, where are my glasses? And I realized I left them on the countertop at my house. So my sunglasses, thanks to my friend Darren Lee, our buddy Darren in Stockton with Midtown Optometry, provided me eyesight, which should be one of the top things that you should have in your life.
Yeah.
So he even made my sunglasses prescription.
I wear my sunglasses on air.
So I'm wearing sunglasses right now so I can see the screen. So that way I can see the YouTube chat show, which has nothing in there right now.
You're honoring the Beam Boys, aren't you?
I am the Beam Boys. That's new. I liked it. It's like the Bench Mob, then the Beam Boys.
Mm-hmm.
There was the Beam team, I think, at one time when the Beam lit.
Yep.
At times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll wear sunglasses at times if I have to read anything today. But for the most part, I think it's all in the noggin today. So let's see what happens.
Yeah. We got a lot to get to.
We got a lot to get to.
Yeah. Can we start with this? Tomorrow we've got, of course, a couple of conference championship games. And something crazy is going on with Jared Stidham's cards. Because, let me take you back.
Starting out with a fire right from the beginning.
Yes. From September 1st of 2023 through last Friday, January 16th, there were 187 sales of his cards of at least $100, okay? But from January 17th through last Tuesday, and I'm sure this number's gone up, there were 208 sales of Stidham's cards of at least $100 or more. That's January 17th through last Tuesday. So people are getting a little carried away with Stidham fever. A lot of people are jumping on board here thinking, hey, this guy could win the Super Bowl. Let's get his cards, which are still fairly affordable.
I have PTSD from Jared Stidham. Back in 2020, maybe 21. I can't remember which one.
Post-traumatic Stidham disorder. PTSD.
You are good. You should host a radio show normally.
Working on it.
I bought Stidham heavy because going into the year, the Patriots had...
This is way back.
Right. Okay, so whatever year Brady had moved on to the Buccaneers, I want to say it's 2020. So leading into that, Stidham was lined up to be the starting quarterback for your New England Patriots. And then during that offseason, Belichick was trying to figure out who he was going to have as his starter. It looked like Stidham was the guy. And then all of a sudden, they signed out of nowhere Cam Newton.
Wah, wah.
And Cam came in, and I had invested heavily. And remember, I don't have a lot of money. I have a lot of cards. So at that time, I invested a lot of money into Jared Stidham.
Mm-hmm.
Thousands buying Stidham.
How'd that pay off for you? You're sitting pretty now, aren't you?
Yeah, because of Stidham? Yeah, right.
You would be.
Today. 6 years and 5 quarterbacks in front of him later. So I'm gun shy on Stidham. However, when Anthony was in here just a few minutes ago looking at Card Ladder, we were discussing the prices of a similar situation that happened way back when, which was,
Nick Foles.
Yeah, you called it right away, Nick Foles. When Nick Foles took over for Carson Wentz, when he went down with that ACL injury, Foles took him all the way for the Philly special, took him to the Super Bowl, won it, became a hero in Philadelphia. Will never have to buy a drink again in that city. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if Stidham's here yet, but we've seen a steady rise in his prices over the last, week.
Yeah, let me just interject this. Sellers who forgot they had Stidham cards had them listed for sale online, and they saw collectors swoop in a 48-hour window, according to The Athletic. 48-hour window after the Broncos went over Buffalo, more than 2,500 Jared Stidham cards were sold in fixed-price auctions on eBay. More than half of those cards, about 1,300, sold for $1 or less. So people had them parked, didn't even remember that they were selling them.
They were probably going in their dollar box.
Yeah, collectors like, here we go, yes!
So, again, caution. Here's what I would tell you about Stidham. So...
Anthony is all in on this, by the way.
Anthony, tell us about your thoughts on Stidham, because he did a lot of research here. I was like, the show's about to start. He goes, hold on, I'm looking up Stidham stuff.
Yeah.
It's not so much that I'm all in on Stidham. I just think that if I was a Denver Broncos fan, I would buy a Stidham card the same way that if I was a Philadelphia Eagles fan during the Foles thing, I would have bought a Foles card. To me, it's like, this is going to be a memory. Like, hopefully this works out. I would buy right now but not professional advice. I'm just a board op.
But you're a board op with a choice of money. Here's what I would tell you. If you want to go in on Stidham, I would be buying the card right this second. Now, Emran Pilati, I am not doing that. That's just my preference. You do what you do, you boo. But I'm telling you that I'm not going to do that. But if you're going to do it, you have to do it right now, as in the next few hours. When do they play? When does Denver play the Patriots?
I think it's the
Sunday.
Sunday at what time? Tomorrow at what time?
Earlier. It's the earlier game,
Okay.
so around 12, I think.
West, so yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so I would tell you that I would buy that Stidham card today, and I would buy it as a buy it now. I wouldn't try to get in some auction. I'd buy it today. Then just close your eyes and hope that they win if you have a preference on your Stidham cards, okay? Because then you're going to see a rise behind it, because then you've got 2 weeks of hype leading into Super Bowl about this backup quarterback, the Cinderella story. It's going to be, yay, right? And then you got to put it back on eBay or wherever your method is selling it at an inflated price that you're going to make a profit and sell it before the Super Bowl. Period. End of story.
Anthony is right, by the way. The game is at noon, and then the second game's at 3:30.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. So, with all that said, I'm looking with sunglasses. Buy it and get rid of it. Hot potato. Hot potato. I will tell you this, and I love Donovan. Sorry, Donovan, you're probably listening to during the show. Donovan made an investment one time. He doesn't do it anymore. He's very savvy, very smart. But in this particular one, I don't know what happened. He bought Trevor Lawrence on a Monday. Okay. And then, in hand, it wasn't an eBay purchase, so he physically had it. He bought it on a Monday or Tuesday and was like getting rid of it on Friday. Like, I got to get rid of this thing. And he had taken a slight loss. And I go, Donovan, the guy didn't even play the week. He didn't play. Might want to wait till Monday, let the guy play, right? Donovan's like, I just had to get rid of it. So I tease him about that, but it's like you have to figure out, you got to make the investment before the thing pops. When it pops, then you could sell it after it. So it's a buyer beware. Buy Stidham if you want. If you really believe that the Broncos are going to pull it off, great. You're going against a strong Patriots team with likely the coach of the year in Vrabel, and you got a hot quarterback in Drake May. If you're going to make an investment, that's the direction I would go in out of that game, because Drake May is unquestioned not only the starter, but a potential MVP winner this year. He is in the finals.
That's why this game is going to have a bigger impact no matter which way it goes on the football card market than any other game this year. Because if New England wins, then Drake May's values continue to skyrocket.
I think Drake May is going to hold value no matter what happens during this game, because he's not supposed to be here in the first place. You know, these Patriots were supposed to, coming off of a Mayo coached year, was supposed to be, 8 and 9.
Last year,
not
they
10
were
and,
at the Mayo Clinic
right?
last year.
They were on life support, and just if you look at where they are now, Drake May. We have a nice Drake May in our store for about $2,000. It's an orange autograph PSA 10 out of the I think it's Midnight of Drake May, and it's an awesome card. But that has a lot more long-term potential. Stidham is an infusion in your arm. Bang, take the money and run, because he's not going to be. I don't think he could be a Sam Darnold, right? Reclamation project that turns into a potential starter in the Super Bowl, like our guy Sam Darnold is going to be potentially next week. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But But here's the other thing too. Buyer beware. I will tell you that if you make buy it now purchases on eBay, on a higher end Stidham card, let's just say it's $100 or more, prepare for the cancellation. Because
What?
Yes. Anthony and I talked about this. Anthony, you had a question about the cancellation. What was it that you'd mentioned?
Yeah, well, you make perfect sense with this, so I'll let you explain it. But I haven't bought anything on eBay before, so especially cards. I've bought other things, but it makes sense that if you buy something when the value's about to go up and the seller hasn't gotten a chance to raise the prices, they have the ability to cancel. Is that right?
Yep. My card is damaged. Sorry, can't send it to you. I lost it or I misplaced it. Can't send it to you. Here's your refund back. And then you'll see it be listed again by the same seller. Oh, I did find it. I just happened to find it now that it's $500 instead of the $50 that I sent it to you for. So these are things that you need to consider when you're buying online, especially when you have a scenario like a listing on eBay that potentially could go up in value based on that. Because I'll tell you what, if they lose, he's definitely sending you that card, right? He's definitely finishing that sale. But if they win, and Stidham is now the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos going to the Super Bowl, there's a likelihood, I don't know if it's a high one, that thing's going to get canceled.
Here's a fun fact. Recently, so sometime, I think this was since January 17th, there was a sale through eBay, Stidham's 2019 Panini National Treasures Rookie Patch Autograph Card numbered to 3, and it sold for $2,000.
That guy's when was that?
Oh, well, I believe, based on the way this is written, sometime since January 17th.
Oh, okay. So it's like
Yeah.
in the last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the last few days.
Yeah.
How funny. Yeah, no thank you. I mean, if they want to speculate on that, go for it. But I ain't jumping in that boat.
Oh, we got a lot to get to today, but of course we want to answer your question. So here you go from Russell Connor for you, Emran. I've never sent, I don't know if he talks this way, but I've never sent cards in for grading before. My question is, what is the cost difference between doing it myself or going through you to do it for me and the benefits of going through you?
$27 for if you send in 5 or more, $27 each card, $32 for a single card. It is cheaper for you to send it per card. But unless you're going to put lick a stamp and stick it right on the card, you're probably going to have to put it in a box and ship it there. It's going to land in their mailroom. And PSA has even said we've upped our days from 65 business days to 95 business days because we're not even going to open the box for another month and a half. Okay? So there's that standpoint. And then once you get your card graded, they're not going to put a stamp on it, lick it, and put it right on your slab. They're going to have to package it up, and they're going to send it to you insured. And if you think that's cheap, you're crazy. So let's just say you send a single card in. It costs you $25 to send the card to get graded as a single card. You're going to pay $10 to get it there, have it sit in the mailroom for 45 days before they even open it. Then it starts the process, which they told you, we're kind of slow. If you want it to go faster, give us more money. We'll be happy to grade it faster for you. But we're still opening the box in 45 days. And then you have the shipping back, which could be anywhere from, depending on the value of the card, sometimes it might be as low as $15, but highly likely $20 to $25 plus.
Yeah, and I'll tell you from personal experience what I think is one of the big benefits of going through Emran. They will tell you, you did it for me, I think you do this for everybody. Took a card and it's like, should I get this graded? And they'll tell you, this is probably at least of this. And it's no guarantee or anything, but it helps you get an idea.
I've reversed our commentary. So if my team is doing what they're supposed to do, which I believe they are, and I'm looking right at them, they will have it on the show right now is on YouTube at our shop. So it should be on the big screen. And they know this.
They're watching cartoons.
They're watching some boring guy, some content creator that we'll talk about a little bit later. I would just say to you that we can tell you what it won't grade as. I can't tell you what it will grade as.
But it's useful.
Oh,
in many
yeah.
cases.
So, it's just math, right? So here's what I would tell you in modern. Get your pen and paper ready. Today's an advice day or research for you day. If you have a card, whatever your base value is on the card, let's say the card's $30, and then it costs you $32 because you're going to send a single card with us, okay? And you're into the card for $62. On a modern card, look at what a PSA 9 goes for. Does that make sense for you? Don't look at a 10, look at a 9. So if the 9 makes sense to where you are paying the grading fee plus the card value, and let's say that's $62, the card in a 9 gets an $80. All right. I didn't lose money on that one. What's 10 get me? Oh, 10 gets me 120. So you have potential upside with the backup making sense, even if it goes as a backup. Now, it's your responsibility to make sure it's not an 8. Make sure it doesn't have a crease on it. Make sure on the back where it's full colors to the edges that you don't see any chipping. That's a responsibility on your part. And if you have eyes, then you have no reason to not be able to do that. Look at a 9, see what the 9 value is. If it makes sense, go for the 9. Pray for the 10. See where it goes. Send it in at the beginning of the season. Hopefully you'll get it before the end of the season.
By the way, Russell Connor says I should have added. I have 20 cards I want to send.
$27 per card once you hit 5 or more. There's no benefit after that. We make roughly about $2.50 to $3 a card. And if you want me to make less than that, then it's probably just best for you to just move on. We have a team that puts it together. AJ puts all of the packages together. We ship out weekly. We have an employee that's down south who we send it to. He receives it, then drives it in, avoiding the mailroom. We shortcut it by about 30 days. But still, we're looking at 4 months.
We have a question also, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140 from, guess who?
Jason.
Jason is
That's my
right.
guy, Jason. What's up?
Jason, how you doing? You're on with the card parts.
Well, since you guys are talking about, investment, I was just wondering about the Fernando Mendoza. If you should wait or, invest now. But also, I got another question, another statement. The Cardwell love. Everybody's loving that Cardwell guy. And I still can't find a card. So
He doesn't have one. He may have had one from his Auburn days, right? Auburn? Where did he play?
yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
I did see that on eBay. But I'm just saying, out of the whole season of Kings, it might be that Cardwell. People like Cardwell might be stamp up the season.
And we're fortunate enough to work with Dylan. I've been in conversation with him. He's going to be coming March, excuse me. So we're excited about that and being. Hopefully, we'll have some options.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, man. You struck gold on that one. I'm telling you, you really struck gold on that one. So. And I'm going to be there too.
Awesome. Yep.
Okay.
We'll make
Thank
sure.
you, Jason.
So let's answer his first question.
And again, I do think that there's a good chance there's going to be a Topps Chrome update, which he would be in, right? We don't know for sure.
Well,
we don't know for sure. But
we would have already known if it was a release before our signing, because we would have already seen that come out. But could it happen after the signing? Absolutely. I mean, you don't have players like him who are impactful. Again, the guy's still on a 2-way, right? So one of the conversations that we've been having is, well, what time is the signing on the date that you guys have it? And it's like, I don't know yet because the Stockton Kings have a game that night. So if he's going back and forth, which I don't think he would at this point. I mean, could you imagine sending him down? Everybody would be in Stockton trying to get his autograph. I would.
I was thinking they used to have Prism draft picks that would come out, but A, Prism doesn't have the rights anymore, and B, he wasn't drafted. So I don't even know if he'd be in that if they'd had that.
The term draft picks is only the name of, because you have plenty of guys that have been in there that have not been drafted. In fact, that's why everybody's pissed off, because you're like, I got 4 autographs, but who? It's a bunch of undrafted guys, right?
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, they've got to fill commitments. So when Panini does a commitment of 4 autographs per box, you have to have who in there, and they pay who about $1 a sticker.
By the way, I remember back when I got back into it, which was about 2019, 2020, and you'd get, if you could find a blaster of NBA Prism, and every blaster had a mem or an autograph. And they weren't nearly as expensive as they are now.
No. In fact, in 2018, I remember buying directly from Panini 2018 Prism blasters. And they were they're supposed to go on the shelf at $20. I was receiving them at $10 a piece, and then they charged 3% for shipping. This doesn't exist anymore. So I was getting blaster boxes for $10, and my job was to sell them to liquor stores or whatever. Not my job, but as a retail wholesaler. Hey, liquor store, would you like to put these on your shelf at $20? I'm selling to you for $15. Okay, sounds good. That was the margins. Now it's like, yeah, right. You get a pinky and bluey parallels specific to this one, but over on this one you get a bluey and a greenie. It's like, what are these? They don't have any value to them.
That brings us to a great question, Emran. Speaking of kings and kings
did
cards.
we answer his first question? Jason's first question?
Maybe. I know you were going to get
what
to
was
something.
it? Oh, yes.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Yes.
Mendoza. You want to quickly hit that?
You
Jason, you're listening faithfully every week
Yes,
here
absolutely.
on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday live. Even though Whitewood says, "Can we just record it? I've got things to do this morning." Fernando Mendoza. I always am hesitant to invest in a player in college until after their last game. Not only did Mendoza stay healthy, which is the most important in the aspect of investing, but the guy won. He's got a hell of a family story. He's got the number one pick sitting right in front of him. He's going to be the number one pick, no doubt. He's got the Raiders, who are in Las Vegas, as the number one selection. It's likely that he's going to go there, and it's likely that they're going to pick a head coach with Fernando Mendoza in mind. Who are we going to have develop this young man? I mean, if they're smart, they throw all the men they can at Indiana's head coach. That's what I would be doing, right? And bring the guy that brought him in and say, I know you're building something special there in Indiana, but here's $15 million a year, and we'll sign you for 5 years and come and coach your guy.
Remember, Tom Brady's making that decision. He's probably going to go to somebody with Patriot roots, but we'll see.
Not McDaniel.
No, I don't think so.
But I just think that Fernando Mendoza is as solid as an incoming player in this draft as you can get. He avoided injury. He finished the story. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It gives me chills just thinking about this.
So invest
guy.
now? I think the question was,
Yeah. But the only thing you're going to have is Bowman University.
Bo Crow, we call it.
But as you call it,
Yeah.
Nobody else in the world would ever call
Hey,
it
man,
that.
you got any Bo Crow?
Hey, you got a Bo Crow?
Hey,
I
bro,
said-
you got any Bo Crow?
And I go, what is that? Some kind of ailment? ChatGPT, how do I get a Bo Crow? So that's what I would be doing. I'd be investing in Fernando.
Okay, what I was going to say, thank you, Anthony, for remembering Jason's first question. Speaking of kings and variants, here's the question. How do you comp a one of one? I know you recently had to comp or figure out how to figure out the value of a one of one Sacramento Kings rookie card,
that's
right?
Yep.
So how do you do it? There is literally no other one.
Best way to get a hold of me is through DM on our Instagram at True Sports Cards. I handle that entire thing. So any responses, any posts, I do all of it. Pretty amazing too. You've complimented me on it before. Why do you tell me, man, you're really good at social media? You said to me before.
Really?
Well, you said it with your eyes.
Yeah.
You didn't
sure
say,
there wasn't someone behind
you.
you?
It could have been that too, but I'll take it the way that I want to take it. So I was offered the Superfractor Nick Clifford autograph out of Topps Chrome. Now, it wasn't the base version. A couple weeks ago, we talked about how I was offered the black base version, numbered at 10 auto. The guy offered to me for a certain amount. I think it was like $600, and I passed on it at that time. Well, the Superfractor just came out, and it was offered to me. It's the subset version. It's an insert version, but it is a Superfractor, Topps Chrome. And he was offered it to me, and he asked me, well, I don't know the price on it. I don't have a comp. Like, yeah, you're not going to have a comp on a Superfractor one of one of that player because
one of one.
You have the card unless you just recently sold it and bought it.
Mm-hmm. By the way, I love the commercial for your show that I've heard on the radio where whoever's doing it says, it's brilliant. This show is a one of one. Every collectors love one of one. This show's a one of one. It's the only sports card in the country.
Yeah, Anthony, real quick, who did that commercial?
I love that.
Was it you?
No, it was Whitey.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was
it you? It's a lot better than mine. Hey,
no, yours was rock solid.
For 3 years.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Nasal Amron. Would you like to come to my card shop? Meanwhile, it was you. Yeah.
Bo Crow.
I looked over when I saw you. I saw the recording of you doing that. You had a hoodie on. You cut the sleeves off. You were like banging on the table. I was like, my God, he's really bringing it today.
I was word, not whack.
You were word. You were
That's
word.
so whack.
So the Superfractor, going back to the story of Superfractor, Topps Chrome, how do you find out about it? Well, what you do is you kind of start by looking at the same year, same product of another player that sold. So what we looked at, I looked at the Topps Chrome, and there was only 2 different versions of this card, the same insert subset superfractor. One of them was, I'm trying to find it right now, and our internet's slow here. One was it was like $1,100, but it was like right out of the gate when Topps Chrome first came out. Basketball, and it was like $1,100. But then a Jamal Shed.
Yeah, he was just here.
Yeah, he just played. So the Jamal Shed version of it sold like a week ago for $438. And I'm like, okay. So Nick Clifford is not $1,000 guy. Is he above or below Jamal Shed? We're here in Sacramento. It's blasphemous to talk bad about Kings, but would you say that Jamal Shed is a little bit better than Nick Clifford in the ranking of types of rookie?
I think he's been playing more, but he has virtually no, Q factor, any of that.
Right. So maybe Nick Clifford is a slight tick above or even, but probably not significantly more. So I value that superfractor somewhere between, based on Jamal Shed closing at 438, I would like to say somewhere between 5, and because of a local hype, maybe 6 at most. And the guy was like, "You're crazy. I don't think so." Okay, no problem. I think it's just important that sometimes people need to live in reality. And Nick Clifford is having some struggles right now. It's okay. I think he's going to be good.
Yeah, and Jamal Shed's not,
Yeah.
setting the world on fire or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
But you have to be in reality of this stuff. When a superfractor's out on the open market and it closes on auction at 438, the world has spoken. Everybody's had an opportunity to determine what they were willing to pay for it. And 438 was the highest somebody's willing to pay for it based on eBay. So I valued it between 5 and 600. The guy told me I was crazy. I said, no problem.
I already knew that.
And every time you say no to a sale, you bought it yourself for whatever the price was. Right? So that's how I would look up any kind of one-on-ones. Start with the same product, and then of the same product, the same insert or the same base of the one-on-one of that kind, and then match the player based on that. So like if it was a Giannis Superfractor, 1 of 1, you'd have very few guys that could be equivalent to that. Curry, LeBron, Luka. I'd be basing my superfractor pricing around there. I wouldn't be pricing it against Pascal Siakam. That's not realistic. So that's how you do a one-on-one. That's how I do it, and that's how I justify the prices that go into the case.
Ultimately, it's worth what someone will pay for it.
And how is somebody going to pay for it? It goes back again, as you guys know, 20 years in real estate myself. It's very simple. When somebody lists their house, they're like, well, my house is worth this because I used gold nails over here and I put the carpet in myself and my son was born in that room over. Like, okay, I get it, right? But here's what's going to happen. When you sell this house and then you go to buy another one, you're going to say, hey, Amron, what are the comps on this house that I'd like to buy? And you're going to look at previous sales to determine what you're going to write the offer for. So just like houses, cars are the same way. Before I can tell you that I'm willing to pay for that card, I'd really like to know, does the consensus agree with me? Right? And will the consensus agree with me moving forward as a Jared Stidham goes up, as a Drake May goes up, as a Brock Purdy goes down? The consensus will talk, and that's why you look at open markets.
I know you have a really interesting story about a local collector who got some bad advice. Before we get to that, speaking of card shops and advice, I've heard this story. Maybe you can tell us if this is true. Maybe it's maybe it's been made up to make a point. But you tell me. So, guy comes into a card shop. I won't say which one this supposedly happened at, and he says, "Hey, you got this card for $125," and the owner says, "Yeah," and the potential buyer says, well, that's not right. And he has like a keyboard with him,
a keyboard
PC.
He goes,
yeah, laptop. Yeah.
He breaks out his guitar and starts playing music.
He says, well, that's not right because I can go on eBay right now and get it for $100. And the owner takes the laptop and said, well, you can't now.
Okay.
Is that really happened? Because that's brilliant.
Okay, it was me.
What?
I did that. I did that.
That's pretty good.
Because I'd never seen this guy before. Okay, let's set the background, okay? I don't do this to be a jerk, but today I was going to be a jerk.
I could buy for $100
you guys know,
on eBay.
You guys know.
You can't now.
You guys know I'm a very petty person. I live in that world. However, if you're on Team Emeren, Team True, we're going to love you infinitely. You're going to get the best service, or we're going to treat you. But if you're a jerk when you walk in the door, Daddy going to come a calling. Okay? I remove my card pards cape off, and I turn into a nasty person. The guy comes in, and he's like, I'm telling you, Whitey, right on the show, I could get that cheaper at this. Topps has it cheaper online. I could get this over. Like, he's just a jerk from the beginning, right? So I'm already like, how do I get this guy out of here? So he starts comping every card in my... You could tell he's one of those guys that probably doesn't have the ability to buy it, but make sure that he knows loudly in the shop that he could go somewhere else to get it cheaper. And at one point I said to him, dude, you should totally go do that then at that shop. You should totally, like, here, I'll walk you to your car.
Yeah.
Right? Because I just don't, like, we do more than that. If our prices are slightly higher, I'm going to give you sleeves and top loaders to make up for it. And treat you right. Make sure that you're back again. I'm worried about transaction number 15 with you, not transaction number 1. So I want to make sure that you come back and you feel good about where you shop. So this guy's doing this whole thing, and he's like, look at this. You have it in your case for $125. I could buy it right now from eBay for $100. And I only have one of these cards, right? And so the rest of the actives were 150, 160, 175, something like that. And I go, wait a minute, what are you talking about? He goes, this guy got it listed for $100. So I go on the eBay on my laptop. I go, this one right here? And he goes, yeah, that one. I could get that for $100. I go, buy it now. Click. I go, no, you can't. He goes, why'd you do that? I go, just to give you let me just tell you how I feel about you. I just made $100 comp on a $125 card in my store. And I did that. I lost $25 in perceived value just so that way I could do that to you. Did that happen? Yes, it did.
Regular customer?
Oh, yes. He's back for more. So then he goes, so can I buy them for $100? I said, get your ass out of here.
True story.
True story.
Right. That's right.
We only
Because
tell true stories at True
You're the
Sports
one that
Cards.
told me the story, so I should have realized that it was true.
Don't do that.
But that's kind of a funny story.
But there is some truth to that. So, for example, we bought a LeBron James 2003 Victory PSA 10. It's his rookie card. Okay, so the guy had it. Great customer of ours. I won't name him, but he's an awesome customer. Sells us cards all the time. And it had this weird comp of like 2,700 that was the most recent sale. But previous to that was like 900, 1,200, 1,100. It was like right around there. So it was steadily climbing. And then out of nowhere on Fanatics Collect, this thing sold for $2,700 like 2 weeks ago. And he goes, I don't know, Emeren, is it really worth $2,700? That was the last comp. So what I did was I went back to eBay and I looked at actives, and there were some actives out there for $1,200 best offer, $1,300 best offer. So it's not truly a comp if the thing is out there in the world and I could press the button and buy it. So that's more closer to what a comp would be. So we determined the value was worth right around $1,200, and then we operated off a percentage on that, even with the $2,700 comp that was out there.
Crazy things happen at card shops. The best thing about True Sports Cards is they're going to be upfront with you and tell you what the deal is.
When it goes into the case,
literally,
it's our most recent comp.
Yes. But I heard a story, again, from you that I know you wanted to share about a sad story of a local collector who got some bad advice from a local shop.
So I don't know which shop gave this advice because I told them not to tell me because I didn't want to have any perceived ideas. So I don't know which shop it is. When I said local, the guy was from the, not Stockton, just south of that, Lathrop. So he could have gone to a lot of different shops. He was physically in my shop in Rockland.
Local means a lot of
somewhere
area.
here in NorCal,
Yeah.
right? So what I did was he brought in a 1952 Burke Ross Willie Mays PSA 3, and great card. I love the Burke Ross cards. I'm a big vintage collector and seller. I love those cards because I don't have to worry about 9 different parallels of the elephant versus rhinoceros versus peacock versus. I don't have to worry about that. I just have to worry about the eye appeal of this card. And Burke Ross is a more, as you know, 52 is the second year Willie Mays. And it's an awesome card. So we ended up buying it. And I said, now that the transaction's done, how did you come about this card? I mean, clearly wasn't stolen. I wasn't worried about that. But he said, I got it graded myself. I said, awesome. Tell me about the background because it's very clean. He goes, well, it was actually a Beckett graded 5.5, and I had to regrade it. And I said, why'd you do that? Because now it dropped from 5.5 to 3. BGS 5.5 to PSA 3. And he says, well, a local card shop told me that I should crack it and resubmit to PSA. And I went, what? Why would you do that? And so a lot of you PSA sycophants love them no matter what. Get it out of any slab except for a PSA. Okay, fine. So I asked the guy, was the intention of this thing to sell it all along? He goes, yes. I said, did you buy it as a 5.5? He said, no. I sent it to BGS, got the 5.5, then went to the store and the guy wouldn't buy it. And he says, the card shop said, nobody will buy it in a BGS slab, move it to PSA. That dealer would not, that card shop would not buy the card unless it was PSA. Mm-hmm. First of all, insanity comment. You're dumb to say that to begin with. Card shop owner, whoever you are, that I don't know who it is.
Unless they were playing an angle and trying to, but
maybe.
Yeah.
But even if the angle was for them to buy it, the guy came to me to sell it. So it never even worked in the first place. Mm-hmm. So what you do is you don't crack the thing and send it off to PSA because now you've paid grading twice for the same card. You sent one to BGS and then you sent one to PSA. It did take you 4 months to get it back, and then you got it lower. So it's valued lower. You paid money to have it valued lower just because you listened to some dodo that didn't know what they were talking about. Mm-hmm. So here's what I would have done. Here's the advice I would have taken. You take your BGS 5.5. You submit it to PSA through me, through yourself, through another card shop. It doesn't matter to me. And you say, I want the minimum grade to be X. In this case, I would say 4. Okay, maybe they're grading a little bit more stringent. So you say, do not crack it out of this case unless it's a 4 or better. Now, there's a chance that this would have been examined. PSA determined it's a 3. They hand you back your BGS slab 5.5 and say, we looked at it. We didn't find the criteria to match a 4 or better. Here's your slab back, and thank you for your money.
Are you sure that they can, in all cases, they can evaluate?
They can always do that.
Even without cracking it?
Correct. That's called a crossover.
Okay.
It's a service that they provide. I want to say it's higher. I know that we charge crossover prices because they charge us higher, so they probably charge regular consumer. But think about this. He paid money to lose money,
right,
to have a less attractive, because it was PSA.
He paid to have his card devalued.
It's insanity to me. And he could have very easily not done it just by going to somebody that's reputable. If you believe me or not, that's up to you. The reason why we have a radio show and we have a community-based card shop is because we want to be able to give you solid advice to help you with the intention. If you say, hey, I want all my cards in PSA, I don't even care what it is, no problem. Great. But if he wanted to resell it from the very beginning, like you said he did, that was a bad move.
That's
and by
bad.
listening,
That's a great card too.
It's a beautiful card, and I sold it within hours after we had it. So I told him, I said, don't do that stuff. Come in, we'll help you. Our advice is free, right? What I don't want is you becoming an ask hole. That's ASK hole, to where you ask me a bunch of questions, then you go somewhere else to go deal with it.
Right.
If I'm that good enough to get advice from, I should be good enough for you to use as the guy that helps you with your cards. And purchasing and grading.
The only thing worse than that is a slab tracker, right? You don't want to be a slab tracker.
We have that service, but I don't want you to be a slab tracker. Yeah. So this is a comment. I'm going to hold this. Harbor just said, Hacksaw Bar. That's what the name. I apologize. PSA will give you the most money for the rating versus the BGS BS. Money for the rating. I think he's on my side on that one, but I'm not sure if what he means by that.
Yeah, I don't know if he's saying what you said is BS or what the card shop said is BS.
Okay, if you're saying,
I think he's saying that what the card shop said is BS.
I would agree with you, and I purposely did not want to know who it was, so that way I could talk openly.
Although he also says, I just got my Phantasmal Flames Charizard full art back PSA 10 worth way more than BGS.
Okay. Awesome. And that's true. And you probably paid way more in upcharges, right? Mm-hmm. So when a card has more value and PSA charges upcharges for you, that eats into the equity that not you, but one would forget, right? If you take a Michael Jordan card and the difference between a BGS 9.5 and a PSA 10 is significant of hundreds of thousands of dollars difference, sure, that matters. But when you're looking at a smaller card, maybe a Kaboom or something, and the card's worth $800, but they charge you $120 in grading fees, that's not insignificant in the percentage of the increase of price on that value versus a BGS or another company.
What I hear you saying, Emran, is you recognize the value of having a PSA grade. You just would have advised the customer to go a route that would have insulated him from paying money to have the card devalued.
The card in the PSA 3 was worth $1,950, as in $1,950. Okay, and then if it was in a PSA 4, it would have been worth about $2,600. So even if the BGS 5.5, you said give me a minimum grade of 4, let alone if it came a 5 or even a 6, who knows? Right? PSA may have looked at it and said, "Wow, a BGS 5.5, this card is really a 6 for us." Never would happen. Okay, because then it would say that Beckett's grading is more stringent than us. But let's just say that they gave him a 5. A PSA 5 would be worth $3,000, right? A PSA 4 would be worth $2,600, but they gave him a PSA 3 because they cracked it and had no reference to that. So you lost money the second that thing is cracked. And that would have been true if you took your BGS 5.5 and cracked it anyways and just had it raw. Somebody would have said, "Well, it's raw. I'll give you $1,500 for the thing." So you are all correct. It is worth more in a PSA slab, and my hope is that the consumers speak and that we see other grading companies. In our case, we're making a heavy investment into influxing more CGC cards into the market. But PSA is king and will be for some time to come, unless the people are just fed up with the customer service.
Speaking of baseball cards, Emran, the most expensive Topps MLB debut patch card outside of Paul Skeens, that was a whole story, last year or the year before, into last year, beginning of this year, outside of 2 years ago. Anyway, the most expensive Topps
You just
MLB
had an argument with yourself.
I know. Outside of Paul Skeens sold early yesterday morning. Nick Kurtz, 2025 Topps Chrome Update MLB debut patch. Let's see here. $516,000 through Fanatics Collect's January premiere auction. Second highest price for a card within the unique insert set. Nick Kurtz.
That's interesting. I thought that would be third because I thought the Ellie Dela Cruz sold for $600, but maybe I'm wrong.
This is according to The Athletic, so
okay.
I'm just taking them at their word.
I'm hoping that they did the research and they are correct. Yes, Nick Kurtz, $500,000. I had a gut feeling that it was going to be $500,000. I don't think anything will ever approach the Skeens 1/1. But there's breaking news, by the way.
Breaking news.
Can you break this news?
When it breaks,
we have it first.
It's Sactown Sports breaking news.
The Steelers have hired Mike McCarthy as their head coach.
Wow.
What does that mean? That means you got one more year of Aaron Rodgers. That's what I think. Yep,
yeah.
That's what I think it's happening.
But I just remember him saying terrible things about Mike McCarthy. That's why I'm saying, wow.
No, I think that they have a good relationship. I know him personally. When I say him, I'm just making up stories with no fact.
Which one are you even?
Doesn't
lying
even
about?
matter. Doesn't even matter.
Okay.
But I think that Aaron Rodgers, that was not a swan. That was a terrible swan song. If that was what happened. So I think that he goes one more, and then they'll use this year as a bridge year for them to be able to pick up whoever they're going to draft. I think they make a move up the draft to figure out a quarterback in the first round, and McCarthy will have Aaron Rodgers, so that way Aaron and all of his glory will want the accolades of a one-year goodbye. That's what I think happens.
Okay. All right. Yeah. At least Aaron got him to the postseason. By the way, according to The Athletic, this is a list of the top 10 Topps MLB debut patch public sales via card ladder. Skeens first, Nick Kurtz second. Then they have Jackson Holiday, Wyatt Langford, Imanaga, Mason Wynn, Junior Caminero.
They're definitely wrong there because Ellie sold. They pulled Ellie on the very first day of Topps Chrome Update. A breaker pulled it and it was sold. I know that for a fact. It was pulled the first day.
Yeah, they don't have them on here.
And then people were like, "Oh my goodness! Of course, a breaker pulled it on the first day."
Yeah,
and just to let you know, that's another thing that happens with breakers when you break open early. Companies like Topps are really, really fiercely protective of that because what they don't want is they don't want a top level card coming out of the product earlier than it's supposed to. because then it devalues the rest of it. Imagine if the Skeens was pulled the day before the true release day. Every single box tanks because now the chase is gone.
Yeah. How about this? Speaking of that, Yoshinobu Yamamoto's MLB debut patch card from 2024 Topps Chrome Update. It's still out there. It's still out there. And it's among a list of publicly unaccounted for cards that also includes 2009 Topps Chrome Steph Curry 101 Superfractor rookie card. Still out there somewhere.
And the Luka Nebula.
2024 Topps Now one-of-a-kind triple autographed Olympic card Curry, LeBron, Kevin Durant.
Still out there.
Still out there.
Wonder if they were ever made. No, conspiracy Emran doesn't. Yeah, I don't want you to think that, but like, you're telling me that that's not out there somewhere by now? You get the Ellie De La Cruz Major League debut patch 1-of-1 pulled on the first day, but we can't find a, what is that now, 16-year-old Superfractor Steph Curry somewhere?
Still out there on eBay. Maybe it's in your shop right now.
Or maybe it's in my safe and I've never said anything about it.
That's another possibility, right? Somebody has it and they just don't feel the need to let anybody know.
Beckett's 21st birthday, old man Emran goes, "Hey, son, I've been holding this in the safe for many years. It is now yours."
Yeah. He'll say, "Dad, I wanted the Yamamoto."
And Ben Beckett goes, "Think I could trade these for some neat Cliffords?"
Other baseball card news, we had 2 new members of the Hall of Fame named this week. Carlos Beltran and Andrew Jones. Interestingly, Carlos Beltran, only rookie card is a 1995 Topps draft pick. I'm showing Emran a picture of it right now.
It looks like me in high school.
Yeah, well, it doesn't look like Carlos Beltran because it's not him. So his rookie card has somebody else's picture on it, has a picture of a guy named, actually, LeBron. Juan LeBron. So what is worth more in this case? Do you get the one that's supposed to be Carlos Beltran? It says Carlos Beltran. Or do you get the Juan LeBron card that actually has a picture of Carlos Beltran?
That looks like a small child in that photo.
Yeah.
He looks like a 15-year-old.
Bless him. I don't think he ever amounted to much, but Carlos Beltran did. But that's not Carlos Beltran.
Okay, so this is going to be clipped. For those of you that follow us on Instagram, you can follow us at True Sports Cards. And Anthony has been killing it with the reels. Killing it. And he drops photos in there, and people are
he's
following.
Starting to throw his weight around,
yeah, he's
too.
like, if you want this is what I want.
Yeah.
I want just
Dude, I posted. What'd you do?
Yeah, what'd you
contribute to the show?
So I'm showing you this photo of me in high school.
Okay,
that's me. Anthony's going to get this photo. He's going to clip it into the Instagram post. I think I look like that Juan LeBron right there.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Except he looks pretty big, and that basketball almost looks like.
If you look, those are not strings hanging off my jersey. Those are my arms.
It looks like you running from the boulder in Indiana Jones. That's how big the basketball is.
Did you just call me Data from the Goonies?
No, I did see that movie, but
although I would concur. I do
it just
look
looks
like
like you're kind of on the smaller side. So I'm guessing you played a lot of point guard.
I played a lot of left out.
Oh, okay.
That's the position I played. Left bench. Left on the bench. Yeah. So I love it. Carlos Beltran, just to let you know, I have one autograph Carlos Beltran that I found. I put it in the case. It's in the case right now. Either we sold it or whatever for $60. That's current value for it. It's a second year or third year Carlos Beltran Fleer autograph.
So Kansas City Royals?
Yes. And then I sold a couple of Andrew Jones signed cards. We had a couple of on our Whatnot store page, and we sold those too. Andrew Jones, I always knew was going to get into the Hall of Fame. He's an incredible player. Some people forget out of sight, out of mind, but the guy was just nails in center field. Just defensively alone, the guy was a Hall of Famer. So it took him, 4 years to get in, but congrats to those two. And Jeff Kent, who came in as senior veteran committee.
Yeah. So 2 former Giants, because, of course, Beltran played for the Giants a little bit. And I'm showing him a 1995 draft pick, the Juan LeBron card, and that is, in fact, Carlos Beltran.
I graduated high school in 95, so that makes sense. That's why I look like him. Let's see here. What else did I have on here for us to talk about? New releases.
Let's go.
And then we also have Rip Night recap. Just to Rip Night recap. We missed you. We missed Jay. I know the two of you wanted to be there but couldn't be there for whatever reasons, mainly because you don't like me. It was a great time.
That's only one of the reasons. There's many.
That was only my reason. I don't know about Jay's reason. Rip Night was great. Matt Noakes flew in. A lot of people opened 1988 Topps. They pulled a couple of Matt Noakes cards, and Matt was there to sign it, take photos with people. It was a great time. We'll have another one. I anticipate we're going to have another Tops Rip Night. A Hobby Rip Night. I keep changing the name. Junk Wax Rip Night. That's how I have to remember it. It'll be in April, and I'll announce it along with another signing that we're going to have before that. So that'll be in April. Pretty exciting to be able to do that. It'll be, I think, April 18th. We'll work on that together.
Okay.
All right. Wax product. We got 10 minutes left in the show.
Can I just ask about Dylan Cardwell? Have you sold all that out yet?
No, we're getting close, though.
Yeah, I would imagine.
The way that we worked with Dylan was it was a time thing. So there's only so much autograph that we can fit in based on time. So it's not like a per piece that we agreed upon. There's a time because one way or another, he has practice or a game that night. So we've got limited amount.
Have you asked him if he likes hype hands yet?
I don't, so I texted it to him. He didn't respond to me.
Oh,
Surprise.
okay.
It's a lot like you.
All right.
I thought I was texting you, Whitey. And Whitey came up with the name Hype Hands.
Somebody else did on the...
No.
Yeah.
Curtis did. Curtis Anderson, my buddy,
Yeah.
who I went to the game with and a great customer of the store. Curtis said, hey, Whitey, Hype Hands. And I go, why'd you tell him that? He told me. Whitey told me that. I told you that. Then you went and texted him like it was an original idea.
Yes, somebody in the chat
Curtis?
came up with that. Yeah, maybe it was Curtis. I don't know. But anyway.
Oh, somebody came, and that's where you brought it to me?
Yes, because we were talking about it that day.
Because I thought you originally said that.
No, I got it from somebody else. A listener. And I've been very transparent about that.
Okay. Do you remember which listener?
I don't know who it was.
Oh, so we're going to, you know what I tell people? I give credit the first time. So for Whitey said this. And then the next time I tell the story, I say, as I said yesterday, Whitey told me. And then the third time I say, as I always say. So then I take it over.
Yeah.
And then
well, I'll
I
have to look it up and see where it came from. If he likes it.
I will tell you.
He must not like it too much if he's done it.
He did message me and said, do you work on shirts? Do you make shirts?
I know.
I was thinking to myself,
Yeah.
I know it. I'm not going to say it on air, but I have the exact, the Hype Hands thing. Like I have the idea. You had a great idea.
All right.
I think we collaborate on it.
Yeah.
We make tens of dollars off of it. Tens of dollars.
But I just want to make sure people that want to go see him have a chance
They still
to jump
can.
on the...
Yeah, I'm still allowing tickets to be purchased. TrueSportsCards.com. Look up the word Dylan in the search bar. You'll be able to find it. Mm-hmm. Topps Chrome Basketball continues to rise up. You're clapping your hands. You're clapping your way out of affordability. Hobby boxes, just 3 weeks ago, we told you was exorbitant, crazy prices at $600 plus a box. They are now in excess of $800 a box of hobby. Yes.
Meanwhile, dear Topps collector, this is from Topps. We are reaching out to provide you with additional information regarding the 2025-26 Topps Chrome Basketball Mega Box. The box states, Chase exclusive blue X-Fractors. Unfortunately, this is a print error on the packaging. Blue X-Fractors are not included in the product. Base X-Fractors are available. We sincerely apologize. We feel that the value remains about the same. Thank you for your continued support. We apologize for any confusion. So if you buy the Mega Box, which I know you're not talking about, it says right on there, Chase Blue X-Fractors, and Topps had to come out and say, yeah, there ain't no Blue X-Fractors in here. Sorry, but there are, Silver X-Fractors or whatever. And it's pretty much the same, so sorry about that. It's a play on.
Mistakes happen. At least they addressed it. There's a lot of companies that
are right there on the box. I don't know why somebody couldn't have seen that and said, we don't actually have any of those in there. That's a little weird.
It requires proofreading.
Yeah.
Measure twice, cut once.
Uh-huh.
Ready, fire, aim.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what they did.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. At least they dealt with it. Class action lawsuit.
Some people are threatening, saying, I bought these to get these cards, and they're not actually available.
And then what I would say is, okay, can I see the receipt? I'll be happy to refund you that amount. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. Calm down. It was a mega box. It's going to be okay.
Right.
You didn't lose a foot over it.
Yeah.
Just calm down.
Yeah.
It's good.
Those have been selling pretty well anyways.
So no matter what. Oh, they don't have it? Then I guess I'll just still buy it.
Yeah. I'll show you.
I'll show you by continuing to buy. That's the thing, too, about grading companies. I hate the fact that they take too long. They're going to be this. They're the worst. The customer service is terrible. They're switching out grades. All right, cool. Here's the other option. Nah. Let's do the one that I just complained about for the next for 40 reasons why I hate them. All right. Then Shut up and
All
buy
right.
the mega box.
So that's not going anywhere, but at least they did acknowledge
Tops.
it. But the prices of the hobbies are just going
Goes through the roof.
through the gym ceiling.
Through the gym ceiling. 2026 Topps flagship, one of your favorite products of the year. I know it's Big Shep's favorite product. It's the kickoff of the new baseball season. Can you believe we're weeks away from pitchers and catchers reporting, and then we actually have the season starting?
Yeah.
Pretty incredible. I think they even start as late February, early March now for the season. They did Tokyo Series last year, where they started in late February, early March last year.
We're like earlier than usual this year, but it's still late March.
Okay.
For the regular season.
Okay, so it'll be like mid March sometime. Topps flagship. We put True Sports Cards we put them on pre-sale order already. I did it last night, and we sold a bunch of boxes already. I have them on pre-sale, so you can buy Topps Hobby Box 2026, Topps Hobby. We're talking about baseball. Topps Hobby, Topps Jumbo, or a full case of Hobby. I've put them out there. They are lower priced today than I anticipate having them on the shelf. We'll know price point. It releases on February 11th. I think that the retail suggested price is somewhere about $130 to $140. We have it on our show. I just sold one right now. I bet you.
Hey.
Let's see here. Nope, it sold Dylan Cardwell autographs. That was a live ding.
How
money.
much? Can we ask? How much? Dylan Cardwell's autograph.
They bought one. Right. I don't want to state it on the air because it could change, but it's under $40.
Okay.
It's under $40 to meet him and get the autograph. Yeah. So we have them for $125 for a hobby box. There's 12 boxes in a sealed case. $125 times 12, $15.95 for a sealed case, and then we also have the jumbos for $245 a box. Again, including tax and shipping. But if you're coming to pick it up, I'll refund you back the shipping.
And what's the auto configuration?
It's one relic or auto per box on
hobby.
On hobby, and then one auto and one relic per box on jumbo.
Oh.
So they configured it lower this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't look at me. I didn't.
Thanks a lot, Emran.
What I do? I make it available. That's all I do.
Yeah.
I didn't pack them.
I was
don't
thinking
know.
maybe 3 autos for the jumbo.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I make them available.
Mm-hmm.
So just go to truesportscards.com, look under baseball wax boxes. We've been doing a lot of the pre-sales, and they've been great. We sold out of our Topps Midnight Basketball, which is going to be a super hot product. We sold out of that immediately. So I don't even have any extra to sell on the shelf yet because we had our great customers take advantage of that and buy those before we even have them on the shelf. So that's pre-sale. They'll be available for you to pick up, or we'll ship them on February 11th.
I know things change quickly in there. Cards are in, cards are out, but I was there last weekend. You had some really nice stuff in the display cases. Football, I love vintage basketball, a lot of new basketball, some great stuff. And every time I notice something, seriously, that's like, that's not a bad price. I may have to come back and get that. Go on!
We are not a museum.
I know.
We sell
I
cards.
understand that. Yeah.
I'll leave you with this because I know we're closing up, and Anthony's going to start playing our song here in a second. Please bring in cards to the shop. Today, myself and AJ and Donovan will be there buying. We've been buying a lot lately and selling a lot lately, so we're very proud of our single selection. You could go other places, but our hope is that we have the best selection so you don't have to go anywhere else. We've been selling a ton. Literally thousands of cards a day that we've been selling. Thanks to all of you that continue to support our shop, support our radio show, and we'd love to see you. We're doing a charity auction. Me and Beckett will be doing a charity auction tonight. So we're going to an event. We're bringing all of the items there, and we're splitting the proceeds with the organization. So if you have...
Do you want to mention the organization? Or?
I don't think I can.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a private event.
Okay.
But it's a baseball team that was looking to raise money, so they asked me if I can help. The answer is yes. So we're bringing 25 items, everything from Joe Montana signed jerseys framed to Joe Montana signed seat backs from Candlestick Park framed to loose jerseys to A's players jerseys, all kinds of stuff. So we're excited about all that.
Yeah, it's a baseball team. I want to bring some baseball stuff. But what do I know? We'll see you at the True Sports Cards store. Thanks for being with us.
Card store.
That's a great show.
Talk about True Sports Card Store, yeah. Shop and shop. New and vintage cards keep coming. Shop and shop. Keep cash register machines humming. Shop
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Keegan.